And we are back with segment 2 here of the Cummins Real Estate Group show with local rock star realtor Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope. Now, of course, I know this is where I kind of stand back and just kind of let you do your thing. I could leave the studio and get a coffee because it's
back.
It's stats time.
Drip coffee. Make it long, pour, drip coffee.
I can do a pour over is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Just set her up, let it win, and then come back and you'll be done.
I got the news release.
You got the news release, and who knows, maybe I'll pipe in here and there if I have questions.
You should.
I have to wait while you're taking a breath, and
I don't take breaths
it only
very
happens
easily.
maybe once the stat show. So
seriously, I got a job once on a show because I could hold my breath for 4 minutes underwater. But I found out that some actors have trained themselves to go like 7 minutes long.
Yeah, Kate Winslet just did that for Avatar. She did like 7 minutes and 21 seconds or something.
Yeah, that's crazy. She trained her lungs and trained herself enough to do it that long. And, well, my 4 minutes, that was like nothing compared to that.
Well, if she could hold her breath that long, maybe she could have let Leo back on that chunk of wood and they both could have lived.
Yeah, you would have thought. Poor Leo.
It's been a long debate in my house between me and my wife. I think Leo could have fit on that door, whatever they were on. But
exactly. My pet peeve. Okay, so the news release from the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. We got to talk stats.
We do. It's the stat show. It's your favorite show of the month. I know you love all the shows, but you love the stat shows just a tiny little bit more.
You know me well. Yeah, Fraser Valley real estate sales record lowest annual start in 10 years. January new listings lowest in over 30 years. Crazy. I mean, December was really slow, pretty much dead. November, not much better. And January, actually, I saw a tick up in showing requests from buyers and showings and offers. And actually, my January's been really good. But
you have a coworker that's got a place up for sale down the road from me. And they had an open house last weekend. And it was the busiest open house I've seen in a long time.
Yes, you know, my estate and open house sale that I had off on Ferndale, I had like 100 people through. Like, it was so crazy busy. So things are starting to pick up. But although, like, this is from the real estate board about the new listings, it says that new listings saw an increase of 128.3% over last month to 1,833 listings. They are at the lowest level of new supply for January since 1984, though. Active listings rose slightly up 5% to 4,118 over December 2022 and up by 76.6% compared to this time last year. So there we go. And then Sandra Benz is our president at the real estate board this year. She says, we also expect inventory to start increasing over the coming months as sellers act on decisions that have been on hold, waiting for rates to peak. She also says, as we start to see greater selection across all property categories, we should see demand pick up. And it was marked or mentioned that they wouldn't be raising the rates anymore after they just did in January. So that should calm down, that, and people, buyers are now off the fence and ready to buy. And so I've seen that happen. And, they've got this 3-month hold on a pre-approval that they want to get into a place before that pre-approval expires. Otherwise, that 0.25 basis points is going to affect them. So, so Baldev Gill is the CEO at the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board. And he says after a market slowdown for the past several months, the board is expecting a return to seasonal activity leading into spring. So now across the Fraser Valley, let's talk about how many days does it take to sell once your property hits the MLS system until the day you get an accepted offer. So the average number of days to sell a single-family detached home was 48 days. And a townhome was 40 days. And apartments took on average 41 days to sell. Now, I've seen it's pretty much quicker in some areas, like the actual evaluation I had just a couple days ago. It's actually 20 days to 30 days to sell a townhouse in West Abbotsford. So, there's different ones, but that's across the Fraser Valley. Now, let's talk about, again, across the Fraser Valley, single-family detached benchmark prices of homes are currently at $1,357,800. That's a decrease of 1.4% compared to December of 2022 and a decrease of 17.6% compared to January of last year. Townhomes are at $773,000, and that is a decrease of 1.8% compared to December, and a decrease of 8.8% compared to January of last year. And apartments are at $503,700, and that's a decrease of 0.2% compared to December, and a decrease of 5.9% compared to January. Now, when you look at the overall stat, and you can get this on my website if you're interested, and if you want to register or email me, contact me for monthly automatic updates that I email you the full stats, I'm happy to do that. So it is a balanced market. If you see the graph that we have in the stats report, it is everything above the blue is a seller's market. There's this line that's blue. That's called a balanced market, and we've been in a balanced market for many months now. It is not dipped into a buyer's market, just so everyone knows. And the prices actually right now are pretty much the same as they were just a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I know we had a real big, huge hike, but then, it's at least it's not any further down than it was just a year and a half ago or so. Now, we're going to go into municipality by municipality, and we are going to talk first about Abbotsford. And detached prices benchmark right now, $1,053,700. And that is a decrease of 26.8% compared to last year. Wowzers. And that's a decrease of 1.3% from the month before, being December. Townhouses are at $618,000, and that's a decrease of 5.6% from last year, and a decrease of 1.2% from the month before. Apartments at $393,000, and that's a decrease of 9.9% of last year, and a decrease of 2.7% from the month before. Mission's detached benchmark prices are at $875,000. That's a decrease of even more than Abbotsford of 29% from last year. And from the month before, again, it's come down more than Abbotsford at 3.4% lower. Townhouses are at $633,400, and that's a decrease of 3.6% from last year, and from the month before, a decrease of 0.9%. Apartments at $437,700, and that's an increase. I'm so used to saying decrease lately. An increase of 6.2% from last year, but a decrease of 1.1% from the month before. And then we usually head on over to White Rock, beautiful, sunny, oceanside White Rock. And South Surrey is part of that.
Nice little spot, yes.
Beautiful. Detached properties are benchmark priced at $1,800,900, a decrease of 8.7% from last year, and a decrease from the month before of 1.6%. Townhouses at $877,900, a decrease of 12.1% from last year, and a decrease of 2.9% from the month before. Apartments are at $561,800, a decrease of 4.8% from last year, and a decrease of 1.7% from the month before. And then Langley, Horse Capital, is benchmark prices for detached homes, $1,462,400. That's a decrease of 16.3% from last year, and a decrease of 1.5% from the month before. Townhouses are at $800,600, a decrease of 2.5% from last year, and a decrease of 1.8% from the month before. Apartments at $549,400, a decrease of 6.6% from last year, and a decrease of 3.2% from the month before. And then North Delta. Benchmark prices of detached homes at $1,226,900, a decrease of 22.3% from last year, and a decrease of 2.6% from the month before. Townhouses, $817,500, a decrease of 14.5% from last year, but an increase of 0.5% from the month before. Apartments, $550,400, and that's a decrease of 3.1% from last year, but an increase of 2.5% from the month before. And I always say, last but not least, the city of Surrey combined is benchmark prices of detached at $1,493,100. Don't forget that. A decrease of 14.5% from last year, and a decrease of 1.1% from the month before. And townhouses at $796,100, a decrease of 11.4% from last year, and a decrease of 2% from the month before. Apartments, $515,300, a decrease of 5.3% from last year, but an increase of 2.5% from the month before. And that's the Fraser Valley Real Estate statistics.
All right, I'm going to throw a curveball at you here. Now, I don't mean to throw a curveball at you, but I know we were talking in the last 6 months to a year through all these doom and gloom reports. We were going to lose 40% of the value of our home in the next year, 18 months. Now, we've obviously seen some declines, but it's nowhere near that 40%.
No, you were correct, Curtis. Exactly. So that was really doom and gloom. Like, wow, that's a lot, but it hasn't gone down that much.
No, I remember the one person we had on way back said, I think he figured like 15 to 18% would be the average when all was said and done.
Yeah, I think I remember that. You're right.
And I think that's probably about where we would probably be for the average for the Lower Mainland.
Yeah.
Maybe a tiny bit higher, but
yeah. No, it's and they they are saying maybe it'll go down a little bit more this year, but I don't know, the balanced market and what I've seen pick up, I think it's pretty balanced out now. I think it's pretty, a lot of people are saying this is a year is going to kind of just be kind of flat, kind of, who knows, a little up, maybe a little down.
Yeah,
maybe.
one of the last things I read said they felt we might see a little increase this year in the Lower Mainland, that we've hit the bottom and now we're going to start coming back up.
Exactly. Okay, and with that, I have this beautiful new listing out in Agassiz. Oh my gosh, where the eagles soar, and you feel like a bird. So this property is off Agassiz Avenue in Agassiz. How fitting. And
it's convenient at that.
Yeah. And I have a property actually on this street. So it's a gorgeous street. It's the views of Mount Shiam and the surrounding mountains are outstanding. And this is backing onto the ALR, huge farmer's field of just green space. It's beautiful. And great deck. It's a rancher with a basement. And it's a 1-bedroom upstairs. It's so cute. And just the picture windows they have is really just, you could just sit and just enjoy those views. And then the downstairs is 2 bedrooms and it's great. Anyways, it's only priced at $715,000. And it could be yours today. The lot is huge. It's 10,280 square feet lot. So it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. It was built in 1962 and they put tons of work. They've loved it. But you know what? They have a retirement plan and they're going to head somewhere else. So that's why it's now somebody else's golden dream to be able to live somewhere with the views and the trails out there. Walk trails, biking trails. Oh my gosh, there's so much to do out there. And the size of the home is almost 2,400 square feet. So that's a new listing. Contact your realtor or myself today to view. And I'm going to end we quote. Yes, we love quotes, don't we?
We do.
Do you like Warren Buffett?
I do.
Yeah. Okay, this one's
Still
from
living
him.
in the house he bought in, 1954?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
When you love something, appreciate something, like you're happy there, So, and he buy real estate and, never sell it unless you're going to list it and sell it with me. Then, yes, please sell it. Okay, so his quote today, you only learn who's been swimming naked when the tide goes out. So this is regarding who stays in business when the market is normal. I mean, I know there's the story of, people love getting into real estate when it's a hot market. And then what do you do when it's a tougher market? And that's the truth in any business, right? Mm-hmm. When there's good times, hard times, and, the true ones. Yeah. It's a funny quote. But anyways, I thought that was an interesting one.
It's true, though. It's very true. Yeah. If people want more information about your listings, like your new listings and other ones you have, where can they go?
MicheleCummins.ca.
And join us again next week when we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.